Hello, welcome to Sheppo's interface installation extravaganza. Today it's really not that exciting. Today we're going to be running through how to install and set up your World of Warcraft interface, a bit like mine. In fact, exactly the same as mine. I've had a few people on the How to Hunt video guides asking if they could have a copy of that, so you asked for it, you get it. Simple as that, basically. Okay, now in the description below the video you'll see a link to a zip file that's going to have the relevant files in it, and you need to extract those somewhere. I've chosen to put them on my desktop in a folder called Sheppo, and we have 3 folders and a couple of files. The fonts are just replacements for the standard WoW fonts, and they're all going to make most of the fonts look like that basically. We have an interface folder which has, you would expect, lots and lots of files in it, but actually it just has that TGA in there. And we have a WTF folder which has some generically named things in it, like that. Okay, so once you've got that extracted, you need to go to the Curse website and download the Curse client. You'll need to register an account if you don't have an account, because you need an account for the Curse client, and run the Curse client for the first time and point it at your World of Warcraft folder so it knows where to put add-ons and stuff. Okay, pretty simple. Right, next step, go to your World of Warcraft folder and World of Warcraft for me. You might have installed it somewhere else. I don't know where you've installed it. Look for it yourself, and it will look a little bit like this. Maybe you've got some more or some less files and folders, but the two we're interested in are, oddly enough, interface and what the fuck. So if you have a look in interface, yours probably looks a little bit similar to this. You'll have lots of Blizzard add-ons and lots of other random crap as well. Now let's take a backup of that, because your add-ons are, you probably spent ages setting them up, and you don't want me to come along and just ruin them for you. You might not like my interface, for example. So we just renamed that interface folder to interface.old, whatever you name it to, it's fine. We're not going to do the same to the WTF folder though, because there's lots of things in here that are quite important. So things like config, stuff like that is kind of quite important. But in here you'll have, under account, obviously under your account name it'll list there. It's not a problem if you actually see that account name. You'll have a list of realms that you've got characters on. So I've got characters on Hellfire. These are lots and lots of stupidly named add-ons, alts that I've created over the years, and yeah, so I don't know what your realm's called, I don't know what your character's called. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assume I'm you, and I'm going to create a character on a new realm, completely new. But if in your case you want to find your main character, so in my case it's Sheppo, you want to come in and just rename that to old as well, so that when you log in for the first time it's going to create kind of like a blank profile for you. Okay, now, so we're just going to create that block. For me, we're going to create that blank profile. We're just going to log into WoW. And this is where I've just previously tested what we were doing. So let's delete that, and let's change realm just to make sure it's proper test. And we won't go on to Portuguese. We'll go to Encourage. That's fine. Normally stay well clear of PvP. And let's create a new character. Doesn't matter what. Let's not faff about too much, but we're going to call it Sheppo again. Wow. Wow. Who are you on Encourage stealing my name? Or I will change to a different realm. Balnazar. Okay. So let's log in.
After years of imprisonment within...
Yep. Oh, achievements already. Right, so we've logged in. We've got the absolute default interface here. One setting that you will need to change in here is the UI scale. Sorry for those of you that have poor vision. I'm kind of almost joining you being so old. You will need to change the UI scale right down to minimum for this interface to work. If you've got it at anything other than that, things aren't going to be set up correctly. Okay, so once we're just testing this with to create a new blank template, so to speak. Got my words out eventually. So let's exit the game. And if we have a look, we should have Balnazar, and we have a Sheppo, and there's some gubbins in there. Okay, so we're going to come to the folder where we extracted the zip file. We're going to come under account, and we're going to rename this to JLB, and we're going to rename the Your Realm to Balnazar, and we're going to, in there we've got your character, and we're going to rename that to Sheppo, and then we're going to take this WTF folder, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to come to our World of Warcraft folder, and we're going to paste it. And because we've already got a WTF folder there, it's going to ask us if we want to merge it. So we say yes, and I'm going to get lots of conflicts here, but that's fine. Yep. Okay, next step, let's download some add-ons. So this Sheppo's add-on pack.ccrp, this is basically a batch file to tell Curse to download. Lots of add-ons, and yep. So that's going to take a little while. We'll do a jump cut here. Okay, so this is almost done. It takes a little bit of a time to download all of those. But a couple of things to note: it's not going to have installed every single add-on that you might want to use. So a good example, if you're raiding or even done dungeons, is no boss mods installed. So install whichever boss mods you prefer. There's no auctioneer or auctionator style thing either. So you know, you've got Curse now, you can install them fairly simply. Okay, so if the next step, if we go back to the unzipped folder, we go to this interface folder, and we want to copy that. There's only one file in it, but it's going to make sure it gets put in the right place. And paste that into your WoW folder as well. It's just a mask for Chinchilla minimap. So yes, copy and replace. Let's go to WoW again. We've also not done our fonts. I've already got the fonts there, so but wow, fail. But we'll just show you doing that as well. So we copy our fonts, and we're going to put those into World of Warcraft as well. Yep. Okay, like I said, if you don't like the fonts, you don't have to do that. It's not vitally important. Okay, let's log in. Okay, that's looking almost exactly how it should. There's a couple of bits that aren't quite right. So first off, dominoes, which is a replacement for our action buttons, and it's also what I use for the experience bar. So we can just click on the minimap button, but we can right click to bring the options up, and that's fine. Or we can go to /dominoes. I actually detest minimap buttons, so you'll find there is there's no minimap buttons for practically everything, so let's turn that off first off. Then we go to expand this menu, go to profiles, and we want to load Sheppo, which is my main character, and go to copy, and that's going to copy my action buttons. If we go back to Dominoes and have a look at configure bars, we can see where we've got the bars set up. So we have the pet bar there, we've got the menu appears here, bags I don't have shown but they're up here at the top, and the XP bar is at the bottom. I'll probably do another video if you want to know how to configure Dominoes to move stuff around. I'll probably do that in a different video. And the other option is SLD data text, which are these things in the middle. We want to move some of those and turn some of them off. So that's /SLD T, and we want to do config. Actually, it's not done my chat up correctly. That's fine. We'll and really the only ones of these that I care about is the gold and the bags. And if we right click on the rest and just do untick enable, and they won't disappear straight away until we've come out of the SLD config pane. I guess miss that one out. No, I didn't. There's two there. We're just turning all those off. There's the location, there's coordinates there as well, which I can't click on. No! Isn't that a pain? So I think the clue there is to do Dominoes first. Configure bars, no, we'll copy another profile. Profiles, we'll copy Sheppo Hunter. Right, and now we can disable those. And if we do SLD T config again, they should all disappear nicely, and then we're going to have to reload the Dominoes profile. Excellent. Now chatter's not quite set up right. Why is that? That worked last time. So we want to unlock the window, and well, you've got plenty of room. Whichever side you feel happy with the chatter window, that's fine. But you can just, once it's unlocked, you can just drag the edges as you wish. Get it lined up however you prefer. That's all pretty cool. And like normal, if you want to create another window on the other side, maybe you want to put combat text over there, I don't know. That's entirely up to you. You can create a new window. We'll call it XP, and we'll drag that over here. For some reason it comes out with an odd size and an odd colour. I'm not sure why it comes out. And then you can, in here you can set what you want to be displayed in that window. So we, for example, we just want experience. Okay, that's pretty much it. Everything else should be like pretty much as normal, to be fair. So all that stuff is bog standard. I don't really bother faffing about with those because there could be things that don't work properly after updating. We've also got SCADA here, which is like a combination of recount and omen. So we've got two windows set up, one for whichever you want, so it's normally on damage, and threat will be hidden for the most part. When you go into combat, it'll show you. Somebody's just earned an awful lot of achievements. It'll show you the threat levels there as well. That's it. So let's log out of this character, and we'll pop over to Sheppo to have a look at some other things. Actually, my main character, to show you a couple of other bits and bobs. Okay, so this is what I've got it looking like as a hunter. You will have seen this on other videos. So if we go and I've lost one of my things that allows me to mount. So let's go to a dummy, and that'll do. So a couple of other things, we've got pet buffs here at the side, the buffs are at the top, and this is using the bog standard buff interface. This might have moved to a slightly different location. What else do we have? We've got extra cooldown here, which is showing you the cooldowns of trinkets and abilities like lock and load and whatnot. So that's pretty good. And you'll see we've got I think it's Omni CC, which is showing you when abilities come off cooldown or they proc. So that's all very nice as well. Okay, so a lot of the configuration is actually done. You wouldn't have expected this, but it's actually done through the map add-on, and that's called Chinchilla Minimap. I'm not sure whether it's got an option in here. It kind of, is that the same one? Yes. So you can either go through the interface option or you can right click on the map, and in here we can change the appearance. If you want it back to a square or round, you know, you're going to have to faff about with the interface to get it back. This is just how I've got it set up at the minute. I prefer to have my minimap relatively small. We've also got move buttons, which allows us to move lots of things about, and position allows us to change like boss frames and durability, but they're all in pretty standard places. We've got the quest tracker at the top, which is not showing for some reason, but that's it. Pretty simple. Hopefully that's an acceptable amount of hassle to get hold of my interface, and the only thing left to say is it only works on 16:9, so if you're running it in any other resolution it ain't gonna work, and yeah, tough shit. I'm not gonna make it work on other resolutions because it's too much hassle. But most monitors these days, most new monitors now actually I think are 16:9, but if you've got a 16:10 monitor, which actually I have a 16:10 monitor, then you could just put it into 16:9 resolution, so 1920x1080 for example would do. That's it. If you've got any questions, put them in the usual place below. I'm sure something won't work for some people. It's usually how it works with WoW interfaces. They're pretty shit, aren't they? And yeah, I'll see you next time. We'll have hopefully another How to Hunter guide up soon. See you then.